Welcome to Moonshine and Music, Todd Blower. How are you tonight?
I'm okay. Surviving.
I mean, we've introduced the crowd to you before, in many ways, but tonight you're going to be doing the National Road Music Series and playing your songwriter stuff and not just playing my stuff, which is, and some of the stuff that we wrote together.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a few in there that...
that we did together. We're working on writing some new stuff too,
Yeah, looking forward to that.
But I don't know how much we've introduced the crowd to you that we have on the podcast.
That's a good question. I don't know that. Probably not very much. Actually.
Probably, yeah. He plays guitar with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you can kind of expound, tell people where you're from, how you grew up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I grew up in small town Indiana, Knightstown, where they made Hoosiers. So if you've seen the movie, we lived across the street from the gym. And born in Terre Haute, try not to hold that against me. And
do you have a scent?
Probably, yeah.
Because they say that Terre Haute has a certain smell. I've never noticed it, honestly.
No, well, I mean, I lived there. When you live there,
you notice things, or you don't notice
or
things.
It depends on what side of town. There was actually a side of town that had like small oil rigs. You could definitely smell that, like something fierce. But no, I love Terre Haute. It was a
I've only been there to the basketball thing and then driving through. So, like Indiana State, seeing a basketball game.
Holman Center is a good spot. It's for those who remember Market Square. It was built by the same people, so it was a slightly smaller Market Square, not a bad seat in the whole thing. So, and saw a lot of really good basketball there. But yeah, I started playing guitar around 10. I was going to play trumpet, but I got a wicked bad overbite, and that didn't work. Tried piano, but mom and dad had the piano in the living room, and I wasn't going to practice there. That wasn't going to happen. So I got mom's old folk guitar from the 60s, and learned songs about, anti-war and drugs, and I could make all the dumb mistakes I wanted to in my room. No one could hear me. So that's how I started. I'm slightly obsessive compulsive, so I struggled putting it down until I got, reached goals, and then I still didn't put it down.
And here we are.
And here we are, right? 40 years later, yeah, still kind of obsessive compulsive. So it's like a superpower.
So, I know you've played in a lot of groups. Can you name off the groups from through time that you've been a part of?
Oh, really? The only two that were seriously professional. I was in Meridian, late '90s through 06, 07, somewhere. It was 7-8 years I was in that one. I honestly can't remember the dates on that. And we played, no one liked us. We played live to confused audiences. It was a time where, people wanted Creed or Nickelback, and we were giving them, Rush or Kansas or Genesis or Floyd. It was all original too. So the best part of that band was that we were all in music school together. So every one of the 5 people was just super awesome. So I could write anything I wanted, and they could play it and even make it better, which was really cool. So we'd play, just for confused audiences, and you could always pick out the musicians in the audience because they'd stop talking to their people, and the bands would be the only ones sort of up front, looking at it with their confused girlfriends in the back going, is this song over yet? So we ended up just, we didn't play live very much. We put all our money into CDs, and we sold our CDs. We were an internet band before it was a thing. So I think we released one in '99. We called it an EP, but it was 45 minutes. So it was probably
It was an EP because of the song count.
Yes, there were only 3 songs. Yes, there was a 25-minute song and a couple of 10-minute songs. So anyway, that one broke up, and I was in a band called Vantage Point for a couple of years, I guess. But by this time, being in music was performing music was a pay cut because I was already teaching music full time, and I don't know. I liked playing music and teaching music for the kiddos, and the first time they learned something, I got that feeling that I had when I first learned something, and it felt different. So, in the ensuing 25 years here, I've worked at lots of academies, managed academies, and owned my own. So this is actually a really good time. It's a good time to get back into it. I just turned 50, so I'm kind of ready to go out and play and try something different. I feel like I've accomplished almost everything I could do in an academy. So yeah, I'm 50. I can be selfish now. It's cool.
Well, I don't think anyone would call you selfish. So, when you're writing songs, do you feel like you have a goal in mind before you write the song? Do you have a title in mind? What is the thing that kicks you off on one? Is it just playing a riff, or are they, I mean, I know the answers, but
Right. Usually it's something that I see happening in the world, in life, just around. Generally, I'll get lyrical ideas or a subject matter idea that kind of grips me. And I always figured, teach my students this, if an idea grips you, there's merit in the idea. And if the song doesn't work, it's the execution of the idea that's wrong, not the idea, right? So I tend to keep ideas and just keep at them obsessively until they turn into something. Musically, it's kind of a totally different deal. I'll come up with things when I'm tuning up or just making sure that everything's turned on right. So I might sit down at the piano and knock it out to make sure it's coming through the system. So when my piano students get there, it's functioning properly. And while I'm noodling around, I might come up with something and be like, "This is different. This sounds like mine." So I'll keep it. And generally, I'll take guitar stuff or mandolin stuff or whatever, piano stuff, and try and marry the vibe of what that sounds like with some lyrics that I typically these days have in my phone. I used to carry around a notebook with pointless lyrics in it. But,
you still do carry a notebook. It's just electronic.
It's right, exactly. Yeah. So my notes are filled. But so yeah, and then I just kind of mess around with it until it comes out to something that I feel like is finished.
All right, now we gotta hear about the bands you love. What your inspirations. I mean, you already mentioned, I know, Genesis, because you can't not mention them.
Right. I love Genesis. Yeah, I had a weird musical upbringing. My mom was into classical music, so and whatever would be contemporary, the mid-70s, kind of AM type stuff. My dad's family traveled around, and one of the things that he would do when he was a kid is he would get records from places. So there was like steel drum band records from Jamaica. There would be mariachi records from Mexico or whatever. So yeah, I mean, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, Bach, Chopin, Beethoven, just stuff like that. My older brother's between 7 and 8 years older than me, so whatever was kind of happening in the rock world, I shared his room. So he had the radio, and so whatever he had on is what I was listening to also. So I have a lot of Chicago records, a lot of Beatles records, things like that. He was more into Phil Collins and Genesis, but still great drumming. And then I had two teachers. I had one that was into kind of hard rock and progressive stuff, so he taught me a lot of Pink Floyd, a lot of Yes, which was really challenging. And I had another teacher that was into kind of the country rock thing. So I learned a lot of Creedence, a lot of Eagles, Charlie Daniels, Byrds, that kind of thing. So, and my grandparents, Dad's parents were into jazz, big band jazz. They were World War II vets, and my mom's parents were a little bit younger, and they were into like straight up country. So it didn't matter where I was getting influenced by something different. So what you're about to hear sounds like kind of schizophrenic, right? And that's kind of a reflection of my upbringing. You know, it'll be a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it probably doesn't make any sense, but I'm too old to care now. So.
Oh, you know. So, you know, we're excited to have you out there tonight playing some songs. Do you have a song that you're like really psyched to play tonight?
I'm taking a chance with one. I'm digging back into my progressive rock days, and I'm going to pull out do a suite of songs. So there'll be 3 songs that tell a little story, and people will either get bored 5 minutes in and still have 5 minutes left, or hopefully I'll get to the end and they'll be like, was that really 10 minutes? And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. So yeah, I'm going to try something different and just take a chance and see what happens. But, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for doing the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love you, my brother.
Love you too, my man. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Thanks for having me. All right. This is called Getting Nowhere. Started with a rail through White's Farm and a bridge over Nameless Creek, a sign that declared this was somewhere. They moved the earth beneath their feet. It took a field, then another one, made a city from a town. They didn't look where they were going. The end was nowhere to be found. They buy the biggest car that they can drive to show us how they've got it made, and race each other to the next red light. Think of all the time they save, from one place to another one. Tell me, what's your hurry now? Do you know where you are going? The end was nowhere to be found. From one place to another one. Tell me, what's your hurry now? What's your hurry now? Do you know where you are going? The end is nowhere to be found. From one red light to another one.
Thank you. Anybody here have a busy life, or is it really easy? Busy? Anyone? Anyone? Oh. This song's for you. This is called The Juggler. Another knife is in the air. It's just like I planned. The key to making this all work is what's left in your hand, while the others float in the air, and it seems like they might fall. I reach to catch them just in time, like it wasn't work at all. It's a question of balance. It's a question of sin. Where does one task finally end and another one begin? It's smoke and mirrors, and it's a magic act. Am I the one who's in control, or the one being attacked? Whispers and the jeers, you know it's just a trick. There's more here than meets the eye. His hands are moving quick. In a way, I suppose they're right. There's danger here unknown. I could leave this place tonight to find there's no one home. It's a question of balance. It's a question of sin. Where does one task finally end and another one begin? It's smoke and mirrors, and it's a magic act. Am I the one who's in control, or the one being attacked? Save my soul. Save my soul. Save my soul. Save my soul. You clap your hands and leave a tip, amazed by my skill, or roll your eyes, in other words, count the minutes killed. The spotlight dims and then you turn your attention to your life, and the knives are safely sheathed to be juggled another night. It's a question of balance. It's a question of sin. Where does one task finally end and another one begin? It's smoke and mirrors, and it's a magic act. Am I the one who's in control, or the one being attacked? Save my soul. Save my soul. Save my soul. Save called The Memory of a Dream. Rolling in, I can hear the thunder. Rain is hard, better run for cover. River's rising, it'll pull me under. The road is blocked, better find another. I got lost around the bend. If I get home, I won't leave again. Thunder. The woods at night all look the same, and the howling wind calls my name. I tried to run, but I pulled up lame. One wrong move will end my game. Steam rises hot as sin. The sound of death comes creeping in. Thunder. Nowhere to run, no place to stay. The storm always finds me. Lightning strikes bright as day. Thunder comes and takes me away. Thunder. Daddy told me don't walk this trail. Well, you're bound to moan and you're bound to wail. Dig to the shelter and dodge the head. God forgive me if I fail. I followed where the wind was blown, walking through this life alone. Thunder. Nowhere to run, no place to stay. The storm always finds me. Lightning strikes bright as day. Thunder comes and takes me away. Thunder. Might be dirt or blood on my shoes. I can't tell, I'm all confused. I pray someday I'll get a clue and I'll find this whole field is filled with wheat. A naked girl I chanced to meet. She said, take me home, make me complete. But she lied. I go walking through the fields at night, walking through the fields at night. Oh, I go walking through the fields at night, walking through the fields at night. I go. The barn blew down from a raging wind. If it ever comes this way again, I'll remember every time I sinned, and I'll pray. I plant the seed and watch it grow, get carried off by that old crow. Will I plant myself and die real slow? Just stay. I go walking through the fields at night, walking through the fields at night. Oh, I go walking through the fields at night, walking through the fields at night. And I go. I wander till I find the edge, surrounded by some trees and hedge. I'm gonna get down and I'll pledge my soul. I close my eyes when I hear the sound of angels and demons all around. Maybe it's fists into the ground, form a 6-foot hole. Walking through the fields at night, walking through the fields at night. I go walking through the fields at night, walking through the fields at night. And I go. Lost in the swamp, no place to stay. I'm so close but so far away. Set me free today. Echoes of thunder roll through the field, and even if it's only a dream, the memories are real. Set me free from the day behind me, to see through the dark. So I climb up a mountain to break through the clouds, hands bleeding from the north. But I'm not going down. Set me free from the chains that bind me to the life that I lived. Set my mind free to find and I raise up my head. This must be how it feels to come back from the dead. Set me free from the chains that bind me to the life that I live. Set my mind free to find you'll forgive. Your truth will set me free. Your love will set me free. And your truth will set me free. And your love will set me free.
Moonshine and Music is produced by Joe Shelton. Our cameraman, grip, and stunt double is Brent Lee Smith. Artwork by Bailey Shelton. Production crew, Patrick Zabriskie, Ray Hoskins, and special thanks to the Owens family. Also thanks to the H.J. Ricks Center for the Arts, Tony Seiler and Heather Warren staff for all of their assistance in our National Road Music Series shows. Moonshine and Music is copyright 2025, all rights reserved. Hope to see you next time on Moonshine and Music.